I'm in the Players Lounge with Walker Duncan, one of our Atlanta-based players who just found out this week that he got a wild card into the main draw of the U.S. Open Juniors. Walker, I mean, how did this all happen? How did it come about?
I was in Kalamazoo and I had a really strong week. I finished ninth, beat several guys that I think grabbed some attention from the USTA, and I asked for the wild card initially, and they had other players to give it to, but unfortunately Ernesto Escobedo is injured and he had to pull out. But on Thursday afternoon I just finished practice and they gave me the call, and I was so excited. Called my parents, got a flight like an hour later, packed all my stuff, and then woke up at 4:30 to come up to New York. Yeah, it all happened so fast. I'm so excited to be here, playing soon, and all the Americans are winning right now. All the juniors, everyone's playing well, so look to keep it going.
That's awesome. Is this your first U.S. Open Juniors?
This is my first U.S. Open Juniors, first Grand Slam.
Fantastic. So what are your expectations for this week?
I'm just not trying to put any pressure on myself. Just go out there, have fun, enjoy the moment, play big, represent the U.S., I'm looking forward to it. So there's no expectation no matter what, I'll be happy. But I do want to compete to the hardest and see how far I can go, especially in doubles. I'm playing with Deaton Bauman, who's very, very good, and so we should be notified pretty soon if we got the wild card in, because we're both wild cards into the singles, so we didn't get priority, but we should do well.
That's awesome. How do you prepare for a junior slam differently, if it is different, from any other tournament you've played in?
Well, the funny thing, I just came back from Rome, Georgia, two weekends ago. I played doubles with a younger kid from our academy, tried to help him out, and so to go from a southern lower level tournament to come to the U.S. Open is quite a change. So I'm trying to stay focused, not look around too much. It's tough. I mean, look where we are. It's unbelievable, but I'm just trying to stay focused. Once I get out there, it'll be tough too. I just got to stay one point at a time. Treat it like any other match. I can't get too hyped and I can't get ahead of myself. Just try to play my game,
Absolutely. This is a tournament that is, obviously the biggest tournament we have in this country. Mm-hmm. Have you been here as a fan before?
Yes, ma'am. 2 years ago, I came for Labor Day weekend. 2 years ago today, probably. Watched a lot of matches. Some of my friends were playing in the juniors, and I was like, wow, that would be crazy to be playing here. And thankfully, I have that opportunity now.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I also came here as a fan before I came in this capacity, and it's a whole different world when you get to come in the Players Lounge and be surrounded by all these players that you've grown up watching.
Shoulders with Raonic or whatever it is, it's crazy.
It is crazy. You are planning to go to college. Can you talk a little bit about that decision, how you came to decide that college was the right path for you, and how you came to choose the school you chose?
University of Georgia, definitely a name to represent. There's been, since I was young, I've went to all their matches and just really, really wanted to go there ever since I was a little kid. I mean, red and black is my favorite colors. It all made sense, and but I knew pretty much from early on that I was going to play college tennis. Nothing. Pro tennis after would be great if it works out. Either way, I'd be happy. But Georgia was a good fit for me. I'm looking to study business school. I'm looking to go into business school, which is a good path at Georgia. Terry Business School is good, and then just represent Georgia. I'm an Atlanta boy, homegrown, so I want to stay close to Atlanta too when I get older. So Georgia was obviously, and the coaches Manny and Will are awesome. The Manny's here actually. I haven't seen him yet, but he's a great coach. Unreal.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. Talk a little bit about your path through high school. You were in a private school and you made a change with your schooling. Can you talk a little bit about that decision and what kind of led up to it?
Ever since I was in kindergarten, I was in a private school in Atlanta, Westminster, and I started my ninth grade year when I was about 15 to 16. I can't really remember. I had a great year. I shot up the rankings, and then my coaches were trying to enforce a little more ITF in my schedule. And, you can't do that. And if you're if you're in a private school that's restricting the amount of days you can miss, you have to miss weeks at a time. And then, my brother went to Westminster too. He played college tennis at Furman, so he went the same college tennis route, played juniors, and back in that time, my parents were old school. They always about schooling and everything so important, which I agree with definitely. But when it took a little convincing on my part to get them to let me do Laurel Springs online, and then go full days and do the homeschool program at RCS, now Lifetime. And for me, it's been the greatest thing I've ever done. Get to train all day, get as much hours on the court as I want. The schoolwork is so important, and I sometimes get behind, but I catch up when I need to. But the homeschooling definitely helped me out a lot. I got to do a lot more that I wouldn't have.
For other juniors that are kind of looking to follow your footsteps in terms of the competition path you've taken, playing high-level Division I college tennis, what advice would you share with them?
Just keep competing. Try to play as many matches as you can. I mean, practicing and drilling is obviously important too, but once you get into a match, if you can recreate that feeling where you just play matches over and over and over again, keep competing, and if it's for you, you want to do homeschooling, I say go for it. There's plenty of online schools that are credible. I mean, Laurel Springs is great. Others too. Just if it's your passion, stick to it and work 100% every day and love it. That's for me. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't love tennis, and I love tennis. So if you love it, go for it.
That's fantastic. And in terms of the tennis parents out there, because that's my biggest audience, is the parents of junior players, what advice do you have for them when they're guiding their children through this process? What are some things that your parents did really well and some things that maybe you wish they had done a little differently?
Winning and losing is not everything. Just playing, competing well, having a good attitude, that was what my mom's 100% biggest focus was, that if I had a bad attitude, throwing my racket, pouting, or whatever it was, she was going to come after me after the match. No matter if I won the match 0-0 or if I lost it 0-0. If I had a good attitude and I smiled out there on the court, competed, had fun, then 100% she was okay, and we'd go get ice cream after the match or whatever it was. But just to all the parents, you have to realize it's a process. You're not gonna win the U.S. Open your first day out there on the court as much as you want to. You're not gonna hit the ball like Roger Federer does out here on the practice courts. So you just have to enjoy it. And watch your kids grow. It's fun.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for talking with me. Best of luck. I'll be out at your match this afternoon, and good luck.
Thank you so much.